are several videos that you'll be expected to watch. Okay, now we ran into the issue last year where people would just skip over the videos and then they wouldn't learn anything. So one thing with the videos is inside the notes are also a series of questions having to do with the videos. Most of the videos are anywhere between 5 and 8 minutes long. You watch them and then you can answer the general questions. So as you go through, you will fill these out. There's 3 videos for this one that you have to watch as you go through. And then at the end of the presentation, you will complete a short little notes quiz. Okay? Anywhere between 6 to 8 questions having to deal with what you guys just read about inside the notes. For an assignment like this, it will count as 2 grades. 1, actual completion of the notes, filling it out correctly, and then answer the questions inside the notes. And then secondly will be this short little notes quiz that you'll complete afterwards. Generally, you'll have 2 days to complete this. All right, so you're going to have the rest of today to work on this, and then after the MAC test tomorrow. Otherwise, you have to do it at home and finish it up this weekend. I'm going to say this again, okay? I don't think I'll have any trouble with anybody in this class. If you choose to fail, you will fail. And the easiest way to fail is by not doing the work, not taking it seriously, or just sitting there screwing around when you actually have time. For me last year, I was probably too lenient with people turning in work late. We have a lot more to get through this year, so you will be dinged almost immediately. If it is late, it's going to be due by Friday, if not by Monday. Okay, and then you only have 5 days to turn it in afterwards. Unfortunately, last year I had people that were trying to turn in work 3, 4, 5 weeks later. That's not the case. Remember, you have 1 week to complete any late work or missing work. Otherwise, it turns into a 0. You can and will fail if you do not do the work. Okay? For some reason, people think just because they're in a small classroom, they cannot fail. That's not necessarily the case. I do have people fail. But it's because they choose not to do the work. Okay? All right, guys, you can get started on this. For those of you that do not have Chromebooks just yet, Emmett, Trezell, can you guys pair up? Would you work off of there? Otherwise, you can pull up the presentation on your phone and fill out these sheets.
Oh.
Now, you're working by yourself. You're just working together because Trezell doesn't have a phone to pull it on up. And then when eventually you do get either Chromebook or whatnot, then you can go in there and do the quiz. If you can access the quiz through your phone, fantastic. You can do that at the end. Does everybody have headphones?
Kind of.
I mean, I have my
Yes or no? It's a simple
No.
question, Tyler. Well, because you guys are working together, why don't you just listen to it out loud, okay? Those headphones not work for that?
No.
With your iPhone headphones?
No, it's just they won't work.
Put in a tech request because you're going to need this. You're going to be watching videos constantly in here.
Alright.
Why is it plugged in then if it doesn't work?
It's been plugged in.
That's foolish. Alright guys, we'll get started. So you have the rest of today, which, about 15 minutes, and then after your MAC test tomorrow, you'll have time to do it then as well. Now, in the event, guys, that you do forget headphones, do not have them, I do have a couple loaner pairs. However, these pairs I'm not going to be sharing in between people. Obviously, that's unsanitary. So if you have to borrow a pair, they become yours for the rest of the year. But they stay in here. So in the event like Tyler has to borrow headphones today, I'm putting Tyler's name on a piece of paper and then putting it inside the bag. When he's done with these today, we'll then put them up there in that red bowl, so in the event that he ever forgets his headphones again and needs to borrow them, he has a pair that's just his inside there. Here's Tyler. So we have this to fill out. Did you go through it? Can I give you one? Oh, my apologies. I'm sorry. So most people do like a split screen on their Chromebook screen in order to fill these on out, so they have to keep on clicking back and forth.
Oh, I swipe right.
Wait, so you know how you said the guy who would like go to your village and like kill people? So like, what if you had an army still? Like, what if you lost the war but you still had your army?
If you lost the war but still had your army. You talk about in Germany's case following World War I?
Huh?
You talk about in Germany's case following World War I?
Yeah.
That's like when they surrender, right?
Okay, so when Germany surrendered and they signed the Treaty of Versailles, it's extremely tough on Germany. They were not allowed to have an air force. They were not allowed to have any ships larger than, say, 50,000 tons, which is a relatively small ship. and their military couldn't be anything more than 25,000 men. So they were still allowed to have a military for self-defense purposes, but it was extremely small.
So when the guy came there to kill,
What's that?
when the guy came there to kill people in the village,
Well, we're talking about Joseph Stalin, okay? It's a completely different situation. Stalin controlled the government. So if there's an execution attempt against him, or excuse me, assassination attempt against him, he would then order the military to go into the village and liquidate it, okay? Kill everybody. Going into a civilian village. There was no army to protect the civilians, okay? It was his own people. He wasn't going into another country to do it. He was killing his own people.
oh, that's what I was.
I mean, I'll just give you an example. Emmett, what town are you from? What town are you from?
Woodward Heights.
So Woodbury Heights. If you tried to assassinate the president and you failed, okay, it'd be like the U.S. government rolling into Woodbury Heights and killing everybody else just to send a message to anybody who tried to assassinate the president.
Yeah, that's why they doing it.
Yeah. The best way to do it, honestly, is just to delete out, block, and then start typing. Trotsky exiled, and actually there was an attempt to, well, they were actually successful, he was assassinated. They put a claw hammer through his head. He ended up dying several days later.
Yeah. I used to look as I think costume.
Trotsky, Trotsky.
S-A-Y?
SKY.
What time does B-Lab start? Or this period ends?
Period ends 11:44.
In what?
11:44.
The next question is what happened to the
It doesn't let me watch the video on my phone.
Alright. You gotta talk to your mom then.
I know, I'm gonna get it tomorrow, but I finished everything else. Like all the writing part.
peasants lost land and yeah, so the peasants lost
Do you want this for now? So I'll put in my phone.
Not until you have a chance to watch the videos and answer the questions on there. So you have to do that at home tonight.
Alright.
peasants lost land that was reduced.
Alright guys, coming up about 2 minutes left. And again, you'll have time in class to work on this tomorrow, following the math test. Why don't you put it in your folder?
I'll tell you what it is.
No, you didn't.
I was playing basketball the other day, and I jumped, and then
God.
I had new shoes on. My foot went like this, and I landed on it
Cookie.
like that, and I sprang it. I sprang, but I was like, my mom said,
No, it is.
I just put some ice in it.
Hold back my phone.
Hi.
Don't hide me. Yep.
To my knowledge, you handed in the course policy sheet, correct? You handed in the course policy sheet, correct? Kind of look like this.
They've been calling me that all day.
No, I don't know. I've heard it twice.
Yeah. And once yesterday,
I didn't call you Miguel
not
yesterday.
yesterday, the other day.
No, you're good.
I didn't call you Miguel.
Look, I used to be calling.
Called you CJ.
Yeah, I heard the word TJ and I was like,
Yes.
yes.
So, that name sounds
Yeah.
like-
Because that happened to be once, but it was someone else.
Name sounds
They
familiar.
kinda work. It's just sometimes they do work and sometimes they don't. I think they got them on the phone.
Yeah.
How the hell does that even happen?
What are you recording?
Nothing.
Why are you recording that?
Guys, it's going on YouTube. It's going on my channel.
You're on YouTube?
It's going on my channel. Kyle, cookie.
Yeah.
See you later.
So you go that way.
Bro.
He said that wasn't.
We were in the lecture hall.
Huh?
We were in the lecture hall.
I had to switch over.
Huh?
I got disconnected. Now I'm on YouTube.
Stop in the middle of the little walk.
I was gonna stop over there.
Seriously? Why?
What?
Seriously.
I'm not.
I had to use this.
No, I'm not done.
Are you done? Wait, are you done? Oh my god.
Alright.
Hate these walls. I know hate is a very strong word.
I know, hate is a very strong word, but
Dislike.
I'm very, I strongly dislike.
Love you. Not you.
Yo, I just said that. Don't worry about it.
Answer that on the word.
Did you just say you love me? I love you.
No, my girlfriend. Yeah, I would never say that to him. I said,
Oh no, man.
what do you mean no?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, what's with all these books, bro? Who's this?
Yo, that's my boy.
Oh, thanks.
Got you.
No, it's hot glue.
Dang, the color pencils.
What are you doing? This is not art class.
Are you on a call?
Huh?
Are you on a call?
Oh.
You
What's going on?
Alright, Will, you got your science journal for me there?
What are you doing, Tyler?
I ain't doing
Alright.
nothing.
Yes, you are.
I ain't doing nothing.
Yes, you are.
I ain't doing nothing.
I'm saying that,
Huh? I ain't doing nothing. Don't do what?
Put some nice shoes on.
She doesn't have any. She doesn't have them today.
Good.
No way,
Sorry, I'm tired.
Dude, I look better in heels than she does. Because she usually has like a robe on.
Hi, Jasmine.
Oh,
There she is. Hello.
So, the great one we just disconnected.
Alright. So, what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is take out your science journal for me, okay? And I want you to think about what characteristics, okay, does an organism need to have in order to be alive? Because, and don't think of it just as like humans, because people be like, oh, you need a heart, you need lungs. Like, yeah, I get that, thank you, right? But, like, all living organisms, so plants, animals, an amoeba. An amoeba is a single-celled organism. I just like to say the word. I just think it sounds fun. Amoeba. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Tyler, you are here.
Yeah.
Kyle is here. Shannon is here. Miguel is here. Lead him. Tell them what to do. See what Chad is.
Oh, speaking of which.
Who's the
what
witch?
was it, should I go Ariana or Anissa?
What characteristics you feel?
What do you wait out there?
Waiting for Chad.
Your bags? Your bags? Your bags?
Oh my god, I gotta ask her if she wants to go bowling somewhere.
Are you and delivering computer?
What?
Terrible.
Alright. I'm doing.
Terrible, Lear. Terrible. Plaid, dog.
Alright, here we go. So, let's see. So Chad is here, Will is here, Miguel is here, Chris is here, and
Construct list of what?
Huh?
Construct list of what?
Alright, so I need a list of what organisms need to have in order to be alive. Don't tell me a heart, okay?
Why?
Why? Because do plants have hearts?
Construct list of what organisms what?
Right?
They
What
need
do
feelings.
organisms need to be considered alive?
Dude,
Right.
I thought they need cookies.
So, we've got plants, animals, insects. The lizard at my house is my bearded dragon. His name is Elliot,
Elliot.
right? I know, Elliot.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Why not? Right? Why not, Elliot?
I
So
don't know.
what characteristics do you think, right, something is in order to be considered alive?
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Feelings,
So what do you,
I guess.
what do you
I
think
don't
that
know.
you need?
Why do you
Okay,
need feelings
yeah,
to stay alive?
So,
Yeah.
it's part of energy.
Oh my god.
So what do we really kind of, what do you
Wait.
think we need?
Uh,
Alright, Kyle, give me one. What are you thinking? What do you
Food.
think we're gonna, okay, so food, which is
Sure.
energy,
Oh.
right? I'm gonna write food, but that really means energy, right? Because
Water.
that's what we, right? Food and
I have
water.
plenty of.
What if I was a plant?
What?
Southside Measy.
I have
What
plenty
do I
of.
need, right?
Soil.
Did you say that?
Well, no, in order to get energy.
Right,
How do
yeah.
plants get, yes, the sun, very
Soil.
good. Okay. So, this all comes with, this all gives me energy, right? So all organisms need some sort of energy.
Right.
Plants need sunlight
Right.
in order to make the sugars, right, to go through photosynthesis.
Right.
People
Right.
and dogs, they need food, right?
Right.
Sheep need food.
Right.
Wait, you say sheep need
Sheep.
food?
Sheep need food.
Water.
Sure.
All right. You are made up of trillions of these. Trillions of these little things that are microscopic.
Atoms.
Okay? Not
Cells.
atoms. We need
Is
food. Huh?
Cells.
Cells. Awesome.
Oh, how did I not know?
You are made up of trillions of cells. Oh, my markers are awful.
You should buy Miss
Let me throw it out
Flesh.
for you. Can I see it real quick?
I'm hungry.
That's good. Do you have a jacket? That's cold.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it work?
I was over it.
Why?
I don't know.
Alright. Cells. Trillions of these. How is it that you're made up of trillions of cells?
Due to the Big Bang.
Okay? Well, yeah,
So what?
true story. But think about this,
No,
right?
you
But
said
think
that.
about the Big Bang Theory of like how atoms were formed. But trillions of cells, right? It's not just your skin. Okay? It's not just your skin.
What is it?
Think about it. Cells don't just make up your skin. Your intestines. Did you know you have 6 feet worth of intestines in your
Yup.
body? It goes like this. You ready? It goes boom, 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 boom.
So it
boom,
just
boom,
goes
boom.
back and
up,
forth.
over, down, and then out.
Up,
6 feet.
over, down, then out.
Yep. If we opened up you
It's
and
not
stretch
6 feet
out.
if you ain't 6 feet.
Yes, it is. It is. It goes like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up, down, over, and out. 6 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up, down, no, over and out. Up, down, over and
Up,
out.
down, over, and out.
Alright.
6 feet. That's a lot of cells that you need to do that. Your heart's made up of cells. Your lungs are made up of cells. Your brain is made up of cells. Okay? So all these things about you,
Blood.
cells. Boom.
Right.
Exactly.
Hair.
Okay? Red blood cells, white blood cells. These are all cells. So you are made up of trillions of cells. Okay?
Yeah, well.
You just don't think about it that way. Okay?
I think
What
about it
else? What else is all living things? In order to be considered alive, what else must you do?
Oxygen.
Okay? Let's see.
Is that something?
Are you born this height?
No.
Yes.
You have to
You
grow.
need to grow. It's
Grow.
long.
Oh, grow and develop. Very good.
Did you say yes?
Grow and develop. So we're actually going to add more to this list later, okay? But there are 8 characteristics of life that you're going to need to have,
Oh, man.
okay? In order for a species to be considered alive, okay? Now,
But some people
No,
just
not
stay
in my
short.
back pocket. Sorry,
so.
buddy. I really, no, I don't have a saw in here. What do you think this is? Tech ed?
A little bit.
I'm not as cool as Mr. Harris.
Oh, I'm taking this to take it tomorrow. Open it up.
Do what with it?
Snip.
Just don't get me in trouble. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to talk about 8 characteristics of life. If this one species does not happen to have all 8, it is not considered a living thing.
What?
Okay?
Why not?
But
Ah,
what if it's
no.
like a midget or like something?
Oh,
short?
okay. No. Good question. Okay. So just because like reproduction is one of the things, but if you're kind of like, wait, my aunt can't have kids, right? She's still alive. We're talking about the species. So in general, can humans reproduce?
Yeah.
Yes. So that's part of the 8. So we don't look at just one person of the species.
Look
We
at
look at the whole
everyone.
entire group as a whole. Okay. So even not that everybody gets as tall as everybody else in this room, because I
Right.
know I don't.
Either.
Hello.
Hashtag midget.
Right.
We are not that small.
It don't matter.
Exactly. No.
My sister is.
You get money, I don't.
I think my sister's shorter than you.
Ball ain't feel me.
Alright, so let's talk about our characteristics of life. I'm going to give you guys your notes. Now,
Your
this is the thing.
Huh?
I don't like it when you have to write a whole bunch of stuff, because then are you really listening?
No.
No, because then you're just writing, or you're just not listening at all,
Yeah.
right? So I'm going to give you some notes that some of them you have to write in,
Present still.
and some of them you don't, okay?
Chuck's about it.
Hey,
Sir?
that's money. See?
Did you know I have time for...
Each of them, what time?
Yep.
Alright, so let's play that.
6 minutes.
I just told you guys in one day.
Wait,
Alright,
live?
so here we go.
Excuses.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Thank
So
you.
with your notes,
Oh.
anytime, Kyle. So
No
with your
excuse
notes,
for a
some of
10-minute
them,
ball game.
Make it read.
Ready?
Bang.
What's your name?
so
Where's
some of the stuff's already filled in, okay? And then some of the stuff you're gonna write in as well, okay? And with the ones with, exactly, frog legs. I'm not saying you gotta eat them, it's just an acronym.
But they are good.
Ew.
Ew.
That's gross.
Frog.
You ever tried snail?
Feedback.
Ew.
I'm going fishing. One more.
A lot of people try snail.
No, fish is gross too.
How don't you like fish?
Crabs are
So,
like
you don't have to write,
Tuna,
Alright.
salmon.
now, you don't have to write those words down, just
Ew.
look at them for a second. Shh, focus.
We have to write them down?
No, baby. You don't
Death.
have to write them
That's
down.
what
Just
I
watch,
want.
okay? Take a look at those words.
Death.
Cells, energy, aging, moving.
Moving.
Yeah,
Death.
Walking.
You're losing me.
talking, sunlight, death,
Outside.
You're
food.
losing me.
These are all things that
Die.
hello. If you are considered a living thing, there's a birth point
And a death
and a
point.
death point. It happens. It's part of life. You know what I mean? Nature, that's what happens. Things start their life and then their cycle ends. Even flies, right? Flies, they have like a life cycle anywhere
Kill 'em.
between well, you might limit their life cycle then.
They
3 to 21
die.
days. Most flies don't live past 22 days.
They don't.
And
They
for
get
moths,
killed.
it's 3 to 4.
Yep. and
No,
some
3 to
of them-
5.
Yep.
Let them die.
Alright, let's
Battery
talk
power.
about biology, right? Biology is the study of life, of living things.
The
Okay?
Science of life.
Yup, exactly. It's a science of life. And what we know about the natural world and how we get that information. Okay? So that's by using the scientific method. Right? By asking a question, doing a science
That's my
experiment.
name. Wait,
Okay,
that's
well,
mine.
Well,
That's my
alright.
nickname, Dad.
Well, like that.
And I was also called
legs.
another nickname,
Next slide.
like
Ready?
KJ.
On your notes,
Yeah.
it's underlined where it says you need to have all 8 characteristics of life. I want you to circle that too. okay? It's underlined for you already, but where it says all 8, I want you to circle that, okay? Because if it's missing one of those characteristics of life, it is not considered a living thing, okay? Alright, here we go. First F word, and it's not a curse word. It's school appropriate. It's called feedback,
Feedback.
okay? So,
Ow.
let's write that down. Write the word feedback for me. And then I'm going to write an example as how humans do feedback. You ready? So, feedback. If you are cold, don't tell me put on a jacket. I know this, right? But
Yep.
what does your body do, okay, if you get cold? What does it start doing?
Start freezing up.
Exactly.
You get bumps.
You get goosebumps, you start to shiver, okay? That's feedback. Your body's saying, I'm cold, how do I try to warm myself up? Okay?
Put on a
So,
jacket.
hold on. Cold, you start to shiver. So, I want you to write that down for me. After feedback, okay?
We're not
After
doing that, bro.
feedback, write cold and then shiver. Because what'll happen is that on a test or a quiz, I'm gonna give you the list of all 8, right? But then you need to be able to tell me, how does that organism use that? So write down the example here, because that will help you to remember it, okay?
I'm gonna know.
It will. Are you supposed to be writing down all those things yet?
No.
No, what do I want you to write down?
No.
My example. No, you don't have to erase.
Whoops.
I just want you to stop what you're doing and write down this.
Okay.
Okay?
Front
Write
tension.
feedback,
Huh?
and then write
Front tension.
cold, right? If we're cold, you shiver. You need examples, okay?
Another pen. Color pen.
I don't know.
Brand.
Ooh, now you're pushing it, man. I got a black one. That's all I got. Alrighty, so after feedback, it's reproduction. Okay, so you write down reproduction if you already did, great.
Yep,
Now,
already
for
did.
humans, okay, we have babies, right? We have
Yes.
live babies, okay? But do
Plant
plants
growth
have
is
live
different.
babies?
No.
No,
Nine.
right? Plants have
Miracle.
seeds, right? And the plants reproduce through seeds, okay? So for us, we're gonna write babies, because humans, we have
Get in
babies.
the balls. Tell me how you feel.
Okay, we have, it's called live young, right, because we're mammals.
Get kicked in the balls. Tell me how you feel.
But plants, they don't have live babies. It's the same thing like fish.
That's
Do you
bad
know fish don't have live babies?
No.
No, they
What do you
don't.
mean, wish?
They
Guys
lay their
know
eggs.
penis with balls.
The females
I
lay
lay
their eggs.
eggs.
Huh?
And they in the water.
I know, they put them there. And did
And
you
they-
know there's a particular fish, and I don't know the name of the fish off the top of my head. I'd lie if I
Where-
gave the name.
Where the mom.
The male actually keeps the eggs in the pocket, like in their mouth, to keep them safe until the babies start to come out of grow and develop, and then
My fish ain't.
And that's why I'm glad not to be one of those fishes.
No, she's a
I
random
wouldn't want
fish
to be.
swimming along
I
and you
wouldn't
see
want to
that.
be in my dad's mouth, like,
Well, you and your
and
daddy
then just
something.
hatch out.
Dirt
Just
on
hatch
them,
out
yeah,
like.
babies, yep.
You and your daddy
All
something.
right,
I
so
feel bad.
you have to reproduce, okay? Now again, don't raise your hand and be like, my aunt can't have babies. Okay, that's great. But humans are still alive because in general, most people can have babies, okay? All right, next one or more cells. What did I tell you guys? What are we? All right, we have trillions of cells.
Trillions of cells.
Trillions of cells, which means that's more than billions, right? More than millions. We're talking trillions, Will.
6
Okay?
billion.
So under
6 billion,
next to
trillion,
reproduction, what are
million.
you gonna write? What did I write on the
Billion
board?
percent tax.
What did I write next to reproduction?
How high can you count?
Babies. Okay?
Why you like trillions?
Because that's how many cells we have.
Look all
Trillions of
together.
Cells, you know? Because if I was an amoeba, then I'd have one cell. Then I'd be a single-celled organism.
Right.
Amoebas are so cool. Wait till you see a picture. I love amoebas. So it's a yes, Chris?
Look at her head, man.
Yes, please. Yep, so F is feedback, and then I'm giving the example on the board, okay? So let's say if this is food, and if I'm a single-celled organism, like an amoeba, I come up to this food right there. Come up with my, because they don't have hands. They move their cell membrane around, go around it, and then bring it in, and dissolve it.
A little bit of green thing.
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of like a blob.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blob. All right, next one, growth and development. Again, were you born this tall?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. So next
Maybe.
to G, okay, for grow and develop.
That would hurt your mom.
That
Right.
for humans, that's we get bigger, right?
Let's get a food.
And we also at some
Now
point
we
go
see the
through
stomach.
puberty. okay?
Close, let us
We
see
grow and
that.
we change, we grow and we develop. If
That's
I was
why I
talking
don't
about a
fast.
butterfly, right? Butterflies start off as caterpillars, true?
Yes.
Right? And then they metamorphosize into butterflies, okay? So, next one, lifespan.
The only thing I was done was puberty.
Lifespan. Birth
Puberty.
to what?
Death.
Birth to death.
Cookie.
Anything that is alive at some point will die.
What?
It's just the way it is, you know? Apparently Komodo dragons can last a really long time. Bearded dragons can last about 10 years. That's their
Horses can last
lifespan.
about 40.
Did you know,
So said by
when,
Miss Scully.
my partner in crime came home with a bearded dragon,
Um,
I looked at him and go, do you know how long we have to have this thing for? And he's
horses
like,
only
yeah,
last
it's like
40
10 years.
years.
That's a commitment right
Imagine
there.
giving birth to this.
Right? 10 years with a lizard? Reptile. Whatever it is.
Yeah, my sister had a friend who had a horse.
Dogs anywhere
She had
between
like
10
she had like a bunch of
Sometimes they
horses.
might last
Does she
longer,
have a fat
but
pony?
mostly 10 to 15. 10 to 15
I was wanting like a
years.
really fat pony.
That is a commitment.
Oh no, she had like just,
Walk them, take them
I mean,
outside,
there were horses
shower
that
them,
didn't really do anything.
feed
They
them,
just
wait for
like
that money
having a
to-
baby.
every time
It's like
me and my mom and dad would pass by their farm, her farm.
Alright, so lifespan, you have birth to death. It's part of life. It's part of the cycle. Think of, what is that? The Circle of Life from,
Yeah.
what's that movie?
The
The Circle of Life.
What?
Right.
Um,
The Lion King. There you go, the Lion King.
Oh.
Circle of Life. Alright,
Oh,
energy and
that's that movie,
evolution.
The
Those are
Circle
two
of
E
Life.
words.
Wait, what?
Energy and
Energy.
evolution.
Oh, what happened?
Alright, so energy, we get it from food, right? Remember, if I don't eat, I'm slightly cranky. No, I'm very cranky.
No.
Okay? So we get our energy from food, and evolution is a change over time. I'm not saying that you evolve, okay? Dre grows and develops, right, from a baby to now. But he does not evolve. We as a species have evolved over time, okay? But as a single person, we do not evolve.
What are you doing? It's just like
What am I missing? I'm missing one. Oh, genes.
you're
Not the type of
you're
genes you have
evolved.
on.
You have this.
What type of genes am I
They're
talking
like
about?
parents, like
genetics.
You're evolved.
Yes,
I'm not.
genetics. Good. Okay. What's that three-letter thing that we talk about with genes?
what?
D
I don't know.
N
Hey.
A. Yeah, DNA.
Then you,
I got loyalty,
DNA,
got royalty
deoxyribose,
inside my
nucleic
DNA.
acid. Right? Deoxyribose, nucleic acid.
deoxyribose.
Yep. Nucleic acid. That's what makes you you. Did you know there is nobody else in the world just like you? And I'm not being sarcastic or being snotty or
You're
anything
both
else.
twins.
It's a true. Identical twins, that's a different story, right? But if you're not an identical twin, there's nobody in the world just like you, okay?
Like
There's
I
only
said.
one Chad in the world, okay? There's only one Shannon in the world.
Well, like,
Because you could find somebody who looks like you,
But
right?
they're not
So
you.
Chris might be walking down the street in Philadelphia, okay, minding his business. All of a sudden, look across the street and be like, wow, that guy over there, he looks very similar. Like, we look, did you ever hear, like, the doppelganger, you know what I mean? Like, this
Yeah.
one looks
Oh my
just
gosh, I
like me.
love doppelgangers.
Right? But just because that person
No, I'm
looks
serious. I
similar
love
to you,
doppelgangers.
they are not like you. They are not exactly like you.
Ooh, I
okay?
want to see what
There's
mine
only
looks like.
one Miguel in the
Looks
world.
Looks like
evil
you.
one. No,
Okay.
he's-
I don't know if
like
Gateway could
evil
handle if
wise.
there were two.
No.
Right? It's
Well, you
kind of
like
like if there was two
basketball,
Miss
right?
Lynches. I don't
South
know if the
instead
world
of
could
you.
handle two of me. Okay? It's difficult to handle me for one. let
Yeah.
alone two. Alright? So there's only one of you, which is awesome. You are 100% unique. Okay? And I truly believe that. I think that you guys are all awesome. Some days you might drive me crazier than others. But you are all very unique, okay, and I appreciate you all. Alright, so let's look at living organisms. Let's look at some examples. You have them on your paper already, right? So just take a look, right? Living things, animals, plants, fungi. What is a fungi? And we're not saying that
It's like-
Kyle is a fun guy on Friday
It's a
night,
fungi.
okay? What's a fungi?
It's like
It's a mushroom. Did I steal it? Did you steal yours, Kyle?
They're nasty.
Yep.
I was about to say that.
Sorry. It's a mushroom or a moss, right? So mushrooms that you can eat.
Never ate a mushroom.
Never. I love mushrooms. They're so awesome.
Are they good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cut them up. You saute them. They're spectacular.
Salt?
A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Yeah.
What
Mushroom
else you
pizza.
put on it?
Wait, you put salt and pepper on that?
Anything else?
Yeah.
Put
Not
in anything.
pepper.
Just have them plain. I like
Salt.
She
mushrooms.
said salt and pepper.
Hey,
She
Yeah,
said you put
saute them
salt
up
and
and
pepper.
just eat them just like they are.
No, literally, she said you put salt and pepper on them.
I eat
You know, you
not.
can also put them on a
What?
burger. No, you can put them on a burger.
I eat salt freely.
Put mushrooms on top of a
Spare
hamburger.
of
Y'all gotta
Gus.
look for See,
I got
bro?
I knew a guy named Gus.
You can,
So
once you
there's
get a
spare.
mushroom burger or mushroom pizza,
say
you
we
let
got
me know
spare
how
of
it is.
Gus.
I love it. Alright, so a fungi, protists, bacteria, and archaea.
There's
So when we
sand
talk
in
about
them.
protists, bacteria, and archaea, these are single-celled organisms, like this puppy right here. I know it looks like spit with sand in it. I know it
I was
looks
about
like
to say that.
spit, I know it looks like spit with sand in it,
What
but
is
it's
that?
not. That's an amoeba.
Oh.
That's that single-celled organism. This is its little cell membrane along the outside, and it looks like it has fingers, but it's not really fingers. It's just the membrane moving around.
Can you see him?
Not without a
What?
microscope. That's a picture underneath the microscope. We'll look at one this year. That'd be awesome. We're gonna look at plant cells, we're gonna look at animal cells, we're gonna
What?
take like a cotton swab or a toothpick
Swab your
and
mouth
take
and
the
corner
chick,
cells.
take on the sides of your cheek, make sure you brush your teeth really good that day, okay?
Oh, wait.
So you just rub it on the side of your cheek, not stab, just rub it, and then we put it on a slide and we
A
look
quant-
underneath the
a
microscope. We
quantum
get to see your
swab.
cheek cells. It's awesome.
A cotton swab. All you have to do is open
You
your mouth,
gonna
swab
do
your
the
mouth.
pink doing or no?
No, that's Mr. May.
I'm about to go over there.
Mr. May is much cooler than I am, and I'm alright with that.
For a day.
Alright, so here we go. Write this down for me. Biotic means living. And the way you know this, what word is in biotic?
Bio.
Bio.
Hello. Bio. And we said bio or biology is the study of living things, the study of life.
Biotic.
Alright? Now, if you are abiotic though, as soon as I
You're
throw that A in front, what does that A mean?
Means you're dead.
It means you are, no, you're not dead. Because then
No?
that means, if you were dead, that means you'd have to be living once.
Oh.
Right? If you are abiotic, you are non-living.
Meaning what? Like, what's the difference between
Meaning
dead
you were-
and living?
Meaning that you were not ever living.
So,
Because if you said dead, that means that you were once living,
but not ever living.
which is non-living.
That just confuses me.
Just
It doesn't something, like, to be non-living.
Mhm.
Like, what's that even mean? Like, I get that you're non-living, it
Right.
means you were never, like,
Never
alive.
living. Non meaning you were never. So
But
ready?
how?
Let's look. Okay. Well, let's look at the examples. Right? Water. Water is abiotic. Right? Why is it? Because look at our characteristics of life. Okay. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Right? H2O. Hold on. Right? H2O. Water. Is there atoms in that? There's elements, hydrogen and oxygen, but there's no atoms. So Tyler, guess what?
21 minutes.
Look up,